Randy McKee here with Kelcy Nash, the Executive Director of the South Dakota Senior Games. And Kelcy, you've been a pretty busy lady this summer. Why don't you kind of fill us in on what you've had going on?
Yeah, we've had a busy summer, starting with our city games across the state. We've been in Sioux Falls so far, and the Black Hills area. Box Elder, Custer, Rapid City held their games, their inaugural games, first ones this year, which you were part of this year, checked it out, so that was really good. We've been to Madison and Watertown so far for other games, and of course we have Huron coming up here this weekend, and Watertown still to come down in August, and then of course we've been prepping for the state games next week. So our registration closed Sunday night. We've had a pretty good turnout this year. We're just over 400 entries overall so far this year, which is really nice. But one of the really interesting things about that is we have 103 people from out of state that are coming to participate in our senior
almost a fourth of your contestants are from out of state.
Yeah,
what
really
is making that happen?
Well, because it's a national qualifying year, people are looking for places to qualify. If they didn't maybe qualify in their state, they'll come to a different state. Maybe they can't go to their state games on the weekend it's scheduled, so they could come to an open state and try to qualify wherever. Or there's people that just travel on vacation for senior games. That's their trip. Like the way ours are scheduled, like I believe Nebraska is the weekend before ours, and then our games, and then Minnesota is next, so they could hit all three in about a 3-week time span and just have a good time and meet new people as they travel.
You know, that's one of the things that I just really enjoyed so much at when I was at Box Elder is that, you know, those folks are competitive. They're really competitive, but they put a high value on participation and inclusion too. And I thought that was just fantastic.
Yeah, we want to get the word out, get more people to come participate in our games. You know, we'd obviously like to see our numbers grow because that means more people know about us, more people are coming out to participate, and in turn it gets them active, which is our goal, is to keep people healthy and active in their senior years. So we hope to see more people down the road come participate.
Yeah, that's great. So what are you expecting next week? The event kicks off Thursday morning and goes through Sunday, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And so we kind of start, and I mean, you've really utilized a lot of the facilities around the Pierre area.
We really have. We've been very fortunate that the Pierre and Fort Pierre area has embraced us, because we're stretched literally across the entire area, from Parkview Gym and their facilities in Fort Pierre to the track and field complex, out to Farm Island east of Pierre, and then up north to the Grey Goose area for our cycling out by the dam. So we definitely are utilizing the entire area. The nice thing is it's a 10-minute drive no matter where you go. I mean, it's not that far if you've got to go from one event to the next. It really doesn't take you long, so it's been really good. The people up here in Fort Pierre have been fantastic to work with. The people at the chamber who are hanging out in the chamber office today, they've been great getting our volunteers and our venues set up, and plus just the venue people in our communities, through the schools, through the game fishing parks, through the city, through the chamber. Everyone just really jumped in and been willing to bend over backwards to help us whatever we needed.
Like any event though, regardless of the great participation, like any event, I bet you could use a few volunteers.
Absolutely, yeah, I always need volunteers. So if you have some open time, even if it's just an hour or two, and could come sit at headquarters, or want to go score an event like basketball, come count how many baskets were made, or beanbag points, or things like that. Track and field, we need a lot of helpers with the track and field event. Handing out medals takes at least 4 people just to kind of help keep it all straight. So if you have some time this weekend and are interested in volunteering, contact them here at the Pierre Chamber. Miranda is the one who is kind of ramrodding our volunteers, so get a hold of someone here at the chamber and say, hey, I've got a couple hours, put me to work, and we'll gladly take you.
Yeah. Come help out. It's a fantastic event, very positive, and it'll be your random act of kindness for that day.
There you go. Absolutely. Yep.
So we were talking about the number of people from out of state, and then we talked a little bit earlier off camera about the numbers of people, and it looked to me, as you said, that the pickleball is going to be super popular this year.
Yep, pickleball is definitely the biggest, obviously in the country, growing, the fastest growing sport in the country. So we have around, I think, 90 people signed up to play pickleball between doubles, singles, and mixed doubles. So that's always huge. Softball, of course, is our biggest event because you have multiple teams with 15, 20 people on them. So that looks like it's a big number. But pickleball, track and field is one of our bigger events too. And like you're talking about the competitiveness, pickleball and track and field are probably the biggest competitive activities we have because they're passionate about their sport, and they know, especially in track and field, they know their records and they know what they need to qualify, or they know what their personal bests are. So yeah, they're very passionate is a good word for it.
And speaking of that, it doesn't have to be track and field or pickleball, because I talked to a few cribbage players last month. Earlier this month in Box Elder, and they're every bit as competitive. They want to win.
Absolutely, yeah. So it's good for them. And we've got our medals. We ordered 2,500 medals this year for our event. So everybody should get a medal, unless, there isn't too many with a lot of people in them. So I don't anticipate anybody going home without a medal somehow, somewhere.
Awesome.
So should be great.
So one of the things, I don't know if we covered what you wanted to talk about, but
I just want to mention we do have a venue change for next week. Our swimming will be moved from the outdoor pool to the YMCA. The length of the pool was a concern for some of our swimmers, so we did move that to the Y. We're kind of watching the weather about what we're going to do with pickleball. We plan to be outside, but we know Pier in August it's hot typically. We just checked the forecast this morning. It looks like it's going to be a little cooler, so we're kind of hoping for that. But we will let people know if we do make a change on the venues for pickleball for next week. And we want to remind people to, you can continue to sign up for softball, by the way. So softball registration, if you want to get on a team or you want to bring a team to Pier, softball registration is open until August 31st. So that's open on our site, but everything else is closed as far as registration goes.
Okay. So one of the things, and you're talking about maybe having to make changes. So there are several good places for you to put out information. I know you're really active on Facebook.
Yep.
I think probably a lot of you have seen the information about the web app that we have. And at the end of this video, we'll have a QR code and the web address, so you can take your phone there. But it's got all the information you need, and especially one of the main things is the announcements page. So hopefully we can, coordinate that well enough on any changes. So you'll be able to find it on Facebook, you'll be able to find it on announcements, and I don't know what else you got.
We'll have it obviously here at the headquarters. The Pier Area Chamber of Commerce office will be our headquarters site for the duration of the weekend. We'll be here from Wednesday afternoon at 4 o'clock to Sunday. So if you have any questions or you need to pick up your t-shirts or your banquet tickets, and we want everybody to come pick up their goodie bag. We have a lot of things we're putting together from our corporate partners that has a lot of information and little trinkets and just goodies in it. So we'd like you to come, make sure you check in and grab those bags here at the Pier Chamber office site, which is 800 West Dakota Avenue. It's just right off the main drag right before you get to the bridge in Pier. So easy to find. Stop in, talk to the gals here, and grab your stuff. And then if you have any questions or anything like that, obviously reach out. But the web app is going to be a great way to find information and updates.
It's a great way to stay connected to the event no matter where you are, and it's and that's why we do it, because it's so easy to navigate for all. One thing I wanted to put out there too is that I am here and I'm going to be taking some event footage, but I'm really interested in talking to you on camera. And we love people telling their stories about how they're impacted by senior games, how long they've been involved, that sort of thing. We want to talk to you. So if you see me walking around with a camera, stop me. Say, let's get a 2-minute interview, because people are interested in your journey here.
Absolutely. And you guys out there, our athletes, are our best promoters. So you wear your t-shirt around, you wear a pin that says, hey, ask me about the senior games. You share this video on social media. You are our best promoters. So we need your help to kind of help grow our organization. And we thank Randy for this too, because we think this is going to be a great avenue. So the more stories we can tell, and you share it with your kids and then your grandkids and your cousins or your friends or whatever, and they're like, well, hey, I didn't know this was a thing. How do I get involved? that's how they get involved, is by hearing your stories and your tales. So we're really looking forward to getting people's stories this week.
Plus, you know, I have to mention this, it's kind of a legacy thing too. We have videos that we put up over 12 years ago that still get watched every single month. And it's just a great way for you to have a permanent record saying, I was there, I did that, here's my proof.
Absolutely, yeah. So please take advantage of our promotion with Randy and the interviews and things like that, and don't be shy. It's really not that hard. I did it, you could do it.
Yeah, you really did it. You're like super Kelcy that
I'm
day.
here.
So, okay, well, I guess we're done here.
That's all I got. We can't wait to see everybody next week. Be back here on Wednesday and throughout the whole weekend. So join us next week if you can.
Come on, we'll have a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.